Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Proverbs 3:5. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today let's dive into the heart of true independence, trusting God's plan. As we approach Independence Day, many of us reflect on the freedoms we enjoy. But have you ever considered the ultimate freedom, spiritual freedom, that comes from placing our trust in God? First, let's talk about what true independence means in the context of our faith. Independence doesn't mean doing everything on our own or relying solely on our own strength. True independence is about recognizing our dependence on God. It's about trusting His plan, even when we don't understand it. Proverbs 3:5 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." This verse reminds us that our understanding is limited, but God's wisdom is infinite. When we trust in Him, we find a sense of peace and freedom that the world cannot offer. Now, trusting God's plan isn't always easy. We face challenges, uncertainties, and sometimes our faith is tested. But in those moments, we need to remember that God is in control. He sees the bigger picture, and His plans are always for our good. Jeremiah 29:11 reassures us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." So how can we cultivate this trust in our daily lives? First, through prayer. Prayer is our direct line of communication with God. By bringing our worries, fears, and hopes to Him, we acknowledge our dependence on His guidance. Second, by immersing ourselves in Scripture. The Bible is filled with stories of God's faithfulness and promises. When we read about His works, our faith is strengthened, and our trust in His plan grows deeper. Lastly, by surrounding ourselves with a supportive faith community. Fellowship with other believers encourages us and reminds us that we are not alone in our journey. As we celebrate Independence Day, let's also celebrate our spiritual freedom. Let's commit to trusting God's plan, knowing that He is our ultimate source of independence and true freedom. Take a moment today to reflect on how you can trust God more in your life. Remember, true independence comes when we surrender to God's will and trust Him completely. Thank you for watching. If you found this message encouraging, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more faith-based content. Stay blessed and see you next time.